Welcome to the 2020 State of the City Watch Party. My name is Brian Luther, Chair of the Board of the Burnsville Chamber of Commerce. We are disappointed that we cannot get together today in person, but we are grateful for the technology that allows us to connect virtually. We have partnered with the City of Burnsville for many years to present the annual State of the City report. We've always had the opportunity to gather in person after the report to visit and connect. We will join the live production of the State of the City report momentarily, and then after the report, the mayor will join us from some additional comments and networking. There will be a brief pause now while we wait for the live stream to begin. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll see you again shortly.
Thank you to everyone for joining us today. I am Jennifer Harmoning, President of the Burnsville Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is pleased to be co-hosting the 2020 Burnsville State of the City Address. Like so many events in the past few months, we are improvising how we are hosting and presenting the State of the City. Typically, we gather together in fellowship for this event. Although we are not physically together, I'm happy to report that our fellowship and collaboration continue in other ways. I am so proud of how our partners have come together to pivot how we communicate and engage, deliver services, and support our community. Thank you to our chamber business community, the City of Burnsville, the CVB, the school district, Dakota County, and many others. We saw this last week as we came together to celebrate Small Business Week and support our local businesses. And we will continue to seek ways to collaborate as we make our way through recovery. This has been a challenging time, but we have risen to the challenge in so many ways. In Burnsville, we are better together. Today, we are gathered together again virtually as the Chamber of Commerce and the City of Burnsville welcome you to the 2020 State of the City Address. It is my privilege today to introduce Mayor Elizabeth Kautz.
Thank you, Jennifer. Before I begin, I want to take this time to acknowledge the Burnsville Chamber of Commerce, Jennifer Harmoning, the Board of Directors and staff for hosting today's event. Please accept our deepest appreciation and gratitude for hosting this event every year and for being a wonderful partner and a great resource as we navigate COVID-19 related challenges. Thank you. And welcome to you, our viewers. I am usually presenting the State of the City live from the beautiful Ames Center in the heart of the city. Today, I am coming to you live from City Hall in the council chambers. I imagine you may be viewing the State of the City from your home or office. First, I want to introduce you to our City Council members. Councilmember Dan Keeley, Councilmember Dan Gustafson, Councilmember Kara Schultz, and Councilmember Vince Workman. Although this pandemic is front and center right now, I don't want to forget or pass over the important work and accomplishments of our city this past year. Our wonderful staff and stakeholders have worked tirelessly for our community and its residents and businesses. The groundwork we laid in 2019 is vitally important to fortifying the foundation of a strong, caring, and compassionate city. It is the foundation that we can use to help us through this crisis and recover better and stronger in the future. Let's take a look at the great work we were able to accomplish in 2019.
As in years past, the City of Burnsville spent 2019 looking ahead. The Burnsville City Council and department leaders collaborated in multiple facilitated strategic visioning sessions to create a clear, concise vision for the city. Nothing says vibrant more than a redevelopment vision plan. This exciting plan will help reimagine, reestablish, and reinvigorate the important retail area north and south of County Road 42, which includes the Burnsville Center as a local and regional destination. The City of Burnsville is committed to long-term environmental sustainability through multiple projects that help reduce greenhouse gases and energy use, protect water sources and nature, and promote the benefits of being green. In 2019, the city expanded the restoration effort of Terrace Oaks Park to an additional 26 acres of adjacent parkland. Members from Public Safety partnered with community members to hold very important conversations affecting our community. A facilitated discussion that explored issues related to race in a safe and supportive environment. By listening to feedback from over 1,400 community members who said Burnsville is diverse, friendly, and felt like home, the City of Burnsville thoroughly embraced its uniqueness of focusing on inclusion and being welcoming to all people. Our brand, You Belong Here, stems from our city's caring and compassionate character. As the City of Burnsville continues to focus on the future, we thank you for being a member of our vibrant, bold, and welcoming community.
I would like to take a moment to thank the many people that helped to achieve those accomplishments and many more throughout the city. As I watched the 2019 year in review video, it seems like a world away. What a difference a year makes. But what a difference that work has made in how we are handling our current situation and preparing for what lies ahead. As we continue to work to be a vibrant city, we will continue our efforts on redevelopment and ways to grow our community. We will lead boldly and take action that supports sustainability and care for our environment and energy efficiency. And we will continue to embrace our inclusivity. We want people to know that for all who choose to make Burnsville their home, they are welcomed here. As we navigate the challenges and uncertainty in the coming year, we may find that we have differences in our approach. But in the end, we truly have a shared vision and values that not only guide us in the next phase of response and recovery, but will set the stage for future successes. One of the most important things we did at the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020 was to articulate a clear vision for leading our city. We had a vision statement that was adopted in 1996, and it served us well. Today, we find ourselves in a new time, and we needed to redefine our vision and ultimately our future. We, your mayor, council members, and city staff, work together to develop a clear, concise vision statement, a vision statement that would serve as our North Star, guiding us as we collaborate with residents and businesses, as we make decisions and create opportunities for our city in the future. This is our vision statement. Burnsville is a vibrant city, boldly leading and welcoming to all. The COVID-19 pandemic has put our vision statement and our city leadership and staff to the test. I'm happy to say our vision helped guide us as we solidified our team, our priorities, and approach moving forward. On April 21st, 2020, the City Council established priorities and expectations to guide response and recovery efforts, navigating response and recovery to something in which nobody or local or national level has experienced before can be tricky and complex. As we debated response and recovery efforts, it came back to our vision. We knew that priorities and expectations had to be guided by our vision, that Burnsville is a vibrant city, boldly leading and welcoming to all. Therefore, the Council established COVID-19 response and recovery priorities and expectations. Priority 1, safety and health. As elected officials, our #1 priority has always been the safety and health of our residents. However, we know that COVID-19 impacts are putting extra pressure on the physical and mental well-being of our community. It was important for us to recommit ourselves to this priority. We have been and continue to be a compassionate and caring community. This is who we are. Above all, your council is committed to the safety, health, and well-being of our community. Priority 2, quality of life. One of the things our residents have told us in the past is that they appreciate the quality of life they have here in Burnsville. The parks, programs, affordability, and more have made our community a place to call home for many different groups of people. It is imperative that we continue to promote the best for all people in our community as we tackle recovery from COVID-19. And priority 3, balance. Balance is critical. It is a line we continue to walk through all of this. We know that we have to harmonize the health and business needs of our community. Our city, our state, and our country are not only in a health crisis, but in an economic crisis as well. Our Chamber of Commerce, along with the city and other partners, have come together to provide resources and support to our entrepreneurs, businesses, and organizations. And we will continue to do so. We know that we have a responsibility and commitment to the residents and businesses of Burnsville. I, along with council members and staff, are committed to a response and recovery effort that best prioritizes health and safety, quality of life, and balance. Not only did our vision statement guide our response and recovery priorities, but it also helps to remind us who we are. It reminds us of how we are going to conduct ourselves through these challenge times. We have a commitment to being adaptable, to using creativity and innovation, and to communicating information openly and honestly. Burnsville is a vibrant city, boldly leading and welcoming to all. But maybe most importantly, the vision statement can remind us that as we walk down the road of recovery, to be kind to one another. There are people suffering in many ways that we can't see. It is important to show empathy for diverse perspectives and needs. Being caring, compassionate, and welcoming is one of the hallmarks of Burnsville. So, how has the city reacted to response and recovery to meet the priorities of safety, health, quality of life, and balance? Well, my answer would be different from week to week because we receive new information. We must pivot to adapt to the changing environment. As you may know, your mayor, council members, and staff quickly changed the way we serve our residents and businesses by connecting virtually and providing services in new ways. The shelter in place may expire in a few days, but we envision that we will continue to provide many services virtually so that we can meet our priority of safety and health for our residents. Many community events and programs have been canceled or postponed for this year. It is disappointing, but again, it is what had to be done to prioritize the health and safety of our community. We continue to look for ways to connect with our residents. If you haven't noticed, the City of Burnsville Facebook page has posted activities each week, such as Read Along for Kids, adventure activities such as geocaching in Burnsville parks and trails, and Rocking Lunch Hour mini concerts to keep our bodies and minds moving. Our team will continue to look for new ways to connect with residents and businesses. We know that economic and community development are challenged at this time, so we are making concerted effort to reach out to our businesses and listen to their concerns and support webinars and resources to whoever needs them. I also want to call attention to the people that provide essential services that we count on 24/7, our city staff. Let me introduce you to our City of Burnsville leadership team. City Manager, Melanie Mescoli. Deputy City Manager, Greg Lindberg. Police Chief, Tanya Schwartz. Fire Chief, BJ Jungman. Community Development Director, Jenny Faulkner. Public Works Director, Ryan Peterson. And Parks and Recreation and Facilities Director, Garrett Beck. Our city staff hasn't missed a beat. Essential services such as water, sewer, and other quality of life services have gone on seamlessly. We have taken precautions to ensure the safety of our staff while balancing the needs of our residents. Additionally, the safety and protection provided by our first responders has been incredible throughout this pandemic. On average, our police officers and firefighter paramedics take about 55,000 calls per year. This year, they have been challenged even further with the precautions and demands of COVID-19. Not only do they answer the calls to protect and serve, but they go beyond that to provide joy and compassionate care to our residents in unique ways. One of our community members, a 9-year-old girl, was delighted as the Burnsville Police and Fire Department participated in a birthday parade that her family had arranged to creatively celebrate her birthday during this time. She was going to celebrate her birthday at Disney World, but she received a parade from our police and firefighter paramedics. Our police officers have been helping the school district deliver food packages to our seniors who are mentally or medically fragile, food insecure, or living alone. We are truly grateful for not only their service, but the compassion they show our residents every day. I, along with our caring and compassionate team of volunteers, have been helping our ISD community education with brain power in a backpack and with food distribution for our school district. We pack and deliver over 700 food packs for our children every weekend. COVID-19 truly has touched every life and livelihood in our city. I want to acknowledge our wonderful Burnsville City staff. I am proud to work with wonderful, caring, and devoted public servants. Thank you to the 290 staff members that make this city operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, even during a pandemic. I am not only proud of our council members, city staff, and city leaders, I am proud of our partners whom we collaborate with on many challenges that 2020 has thrown our way. The city, chamber, convention and visitors bureau, school district, and county, along with various organizations, have come together in different ways to provide critical information in our Leaders Forum, roundtables, webinars, and other avenues. Last week, the city was a partner with our Chamber of Commerce and Convention and Visitors Bureau supporting Small Business Week. Actually, the National Small Business Week was canceled, but not in Burnsville. We thought that it was a shame to cancel something that can bring a spotlight to small and local businesses during this time of economic crisis. So together, our three organizations work to support one another to provide sounding boards, informational materials, and promote a campaign to highlight and support small and local businesses. The Chamber also held their annual awards luncheon last Thursday, virtually, of course. Congratulations to our 2020 Burnsville Business Person of the Year, Sandra Schlafer. The 2020 Legacy Award recipient, Mike O'Connor. The Ambassador of the Year, Jessica J. Naring. And Volunteer of the Year, Dale DuPont. We are happy to have your business acumen, leadership, and service in Burnsville. Let's make sure that we continue to support and provide goodwill beyond just Small Business Week. There are a variety of ways that we all can support our small and local businesses. Everything from buying gift cards or takeout to simply sharing a social media post or tagging your favorite business so that they get free advertising. I vow to continue our part to support small businesses. Most recently, through the U.S. Conference of Mayors, I led and facilitated a small business and entrepreneurs Zoom webinar meeting with over 280 mayors throughout the country to help equip them to help their small businesses and to have the resources to navigate the small business administration process and website. As we navigate recovery and beyond, I truly believe we are better together. Frankly, we have to do this together. We will get farther, faster together. I know that it seems like we are slowly moving towards something that is unknown right now. We will get back to some semblance of a different normal. It will just be in phases and different. We continue to be cautious, but we are optimistic that we can balance safety with quality of life and our livelihoods. Although optimistic, we also understand that we will be dealing with the effects of COVID-19 and the impacts to our residents and business for most of 2020 and beyond. At the city, we are preparing for the long game. Just as many of you are reviewing your personal or company budgets for the coming year, we are also considering the financial impacts to the city budget. We will continue to ensure our financial health is intact. The one thing I do not want to sacrifice is our AAA bond rating. We need it now more than ever. We are also working through the U.S. Conference of Mayors, National League of Cities, and other partners to inform Congress of the COVID-19 impacts on city budgets and services. Just as businesses have impact to their bottom line, so do our local public service organizations like the City of Burnsville. We are strongly advocating on the state and national level for reimbursements and funding to support city services. We are also in the middle of taking our census. It is very important for us to have a complete count. We are doing well so far, but we can do better. Why is it important that everyone gets counted? Well, because it means Minnesota and Burnsville will receive its allocation of funding from the federal government. We all pay taxes to the federal government. It is dollars for education, community development, block grants, police, fire, transportation, transit, and so much more. To put a dollar amount to it, It roughly equates to about $2,700 for each person counted for every year over a 10-year period. If every person is counted, that amounts to approximately $167 million per year. That will fund our schools, our police, fire, transportation, transit, and more. It also means that we keep our seat in Congress. We are at risk of losing a seat. This is not good. Minnesota needs voices in Congress. I cannot stress enough how important answering 9 simple questions are right now. If you haven't already, please complete your census questionnaire. Dear Burnsvillians, we will have to make bold decisions as leaders without sacrificing the vibrancy and welcoming nature of our city. We must and we will tackle recovery together. Once again, I would like to thank Jennifer and the Chamber of Commerce for hosting the 2020 State of the City and for being a great partner to the city. Thank you to the residents and businesses of Burnsville for your strength, compassion, kindness, care, and resiliency throughout this pandemic. We will make a difference together. And lastly, thank you to our council members, our city staff. Together, we will make Burnsville a vibrant city, boldly leading, welcoming to all. Blessings to all, and God bless Burnsville, and God bless America.
Good morning, Chamber friends. This is Jennifer Harmoning, President of Burnsville Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining us for the State of the City this morning. Thank you to Mayor Kautz for that message, and she will be joining us here in a few minutes on our live event. I want to take this time to thank our generous sponsors. Today we have our platinum sponsors, and we'll start with, we have Bolton and Mank.
Bolton & Mank specializes in providing public infrastructure solutions. We take care of our clients by providing quality services and the right solutions for their needs. With 19 locations in Minnesota, Iowa, North Carolina, and North Dakota, we're local. Our team is made up of more than 500 employees, including a professional staff of more than 150 engineers, planners, landscape architects, and surveyors. We're real people offering real solutions.
Special thank you also to Collins Aerospace. And our final platinum sponsor is Pepsi Beverages Company. Our gold sponsors today are Kraus Anderson Companies. And finally, our silver sponsors are Cornerstone Copy Center, Firefly Credit Union, Shippers Resource Center, Wellington Management, Xcel Energy, M Health Fairview, Doherty Melinda, Solfest Hills and Bauer. Our event sponsors help us to invest in the technology and staff time to produce this event in a whole new way. Please help me in thanking all of our State of the City sponsors. I also want to thank the Mayor and City Council as well as City staff for joining us for our virtual reception today. I think the Mayor is going to be joining us in just, oh, there she is. She made it. The Mayor is joining us today to do this for the first time virtually, and we're glad to be able to continue our conversation here. We're going to improvise a little bit here, Mayor. We haven't scripted anything, but in thanking you and the City Council for your efforts to support businesses, I was hoping I could put you on the spot and ask you to talk a little bit about the conversations that you've been having and the efforts you've been making. The City Council has been looking to support our local businesses and to to offer relaxation in things like sign ordinances and things like that to help our businesses at this difficult time. Do you mind jumping in a little bit here?
Hello, Jennifer, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yep,
Oh, okay, because
good.
I'm not able to see anybody. And we're at Q&A. And I hope that if Melanie is listening in, I would also say that it would be great for her to also chime in on this. But your question had to do with what are we doing to help small businesses?
Yeah, and just, I mean, you don't have to give us all the specifics, but yes, what you and the council have been considering, what you've been doing. And Melanie, feel free to unmute yourself and pop and turn on your screen and join us too.
Yeah, so thank you for asking the question. You know, one of the things that we have been really looking at as we talk to businesses and understand what they're going through, first of all, we are not enforcing any of our sign ordinances so that they can continue to advertise and do what they need to do. The other is our staff, you know, blessings to our staff. They've been working hard to understand. And so we prorated the on-sale liquor license as well as implemented a payment plan for licensee. And so you heard that discussion during our work session. We also are looking, and I think we're doing this, and Melanie can jump in, but to help with physical distancing, we're going to say to our restaurants, you know, if you need to use your parking lot, part of it, to put out tables so you can accomplish physical distancing and get more capacity, that's something that we're going to support so that they can do that. And this is for our restaurants and our bars. So we're trying to find ways to make sure that our businesses know that we're there with them and we care.
Melanie, did you want to expand on that?
Pardon me?
I just asked if Melanie wanted to expand on that at all.
Good morning, everyone. Madam Mayor covered most of it. I would say that the expansion for our businesses to move outside of their physical footprint isn't limited to just our restaurants. So we do have an executive order on our website. I believe we've shared it with Jennifer and her team. So certainly we were looking to be as business friendly as possible.
Yeah, good.
Well, we thank you for that. The other thing that I will say is that working with the city of Burnsville through this crisis has been, the city of Burnsville has really taken on a leadership role. And I work with a lot of other chambers in a lot of other cities, and our city has always been first to the table to, you know, was the first one to relax the sign ordinances, was the first one to do this outdoor expansion, is the first one to have the conversation about prorating the liquor licenses, and also support some difficult decisions. We advocated with the county to waive the penalties on property tax payments until July 15th. And that's a hardship on our city and our school district. But again, they've continually come to me and said, how can we help and support our businesses at this time? So I just want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
While we have our live audience and before we move into the networking, I don't know if Melanie or Mayor have any other things that you'd like to share specifically with the business community at this time?
That we're here and reach out. Let us know so that, because if we don't know, we can't help, is what I always say. Communicate and we will do the same. But if we don't know what the issues are, we can't help. But also wanting to manage expectations. There are things that we can do at the city level, and there are things, if you don't know, that we have sent a letter to the governor asking for an openness and to get our restaurants and bars to open up and other businesses. And we'll manage all of this together, and we'll work together to be successful in terms of making sure our community is in a safe place and that everybody is healthy and well. So we'll all work together, because I know people want to do the right thing. And so we'll do that together. And together we can go farther.
We appreciate that, Mayor. And that highlights, you had mentioned our Small Business Week promotion last week. We were so excited to partner on that for the first time. Hopefully most of you saw that on Facebook. And that also launched our sort of unified hashtag of Burnsville Better Together. So be looking for that, and we'll continue to use that between the city, the chamber, the CVB, the school district to pull us together at this time. To your point, Mayor, one thing that a conversation that we're having to coincide with your request to the governor, we are asking the governor to plan to open in a meaningful way so that we can stay open. One thing we're hearing consistently from businesses is that this shutdown has put businesses in a precarious situation, and the possibility of shutting down again would be devastating to many of them. And so what we're asking for now is to move. All of our businesses have put together preparedness plans. That's what the governor has asked. And I think pretty much every business in the state has done that. And what we're asking to complement that is to move to the individual side and ask individuals to make preparedness plans. That this has to be a combined effort between consumers and businesses so that businesses can stay open. Consumers and individuals need to make their plans to stay safe and to stay healthy, so that our go-to response is not to shut the doors of business again, but for individuals to make choices as the pandemic continues.
So Jennifer, I'm going to ask you to do this. Whatever it is that you're doing, can you send it to us? Because we're going to put a resolution together. Not only did we send a letter, but we're going to also put a resolution together.
Yep.
So that it strengthened it. So can you send that to us so that we work together, we look at what you're sending to the governor, and perhaps we'll put it as a whereas within our resolution.
Absolutely, we will. Thank you very much.
Yes.
With that, we want to get to the next part of our event. So this will conclude our broadcast portion of our program. We want to thank you to everyone that has joined us for the live stream and the recordings. We look forward to seeing you at our next event, which will be the State of the Schools on Tuesday, May 19th. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Jennifer, again, for everything that you and the Chamber Board are doing for us. And you know, as I said to you, I love your background because what it does is to communicate in a nonverbal way that we are working together. And when I look at those bricks, it means that it is like a tapestry that knits us all together. And each of those bricks represent not only an organization, but our business, our residents, and everyone who lives here, our school district and all the organizations. And together, the strength of those bricks is the foundation that will help us to move forward and to be successful in a different normal that we will find ourselves in. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so this is my favorite part. We have now turned